Hello everyone, and welcome to this NLI course from Virginia Tech. My name is Stephen Dixon, and I'm a first-year master's student in Instructional Design and Technology. I graduated in 2017 with a major in Multimedia Journalism and a minor in Mathematics. Today, we're going to be going through Adobe Premiere Pro, and by the end of the course, you'll learn how to edit using Adobe Premiere, but also how to incorporate video into your own instruction. So the first thing that we're going to do today is go through Adobe Premiere Pro, looking at the interface and how to open the program and how to import video into the program. So I'm going to go down here and open Adobe Premiere. You can see that I'm on a Windows computer, but if you're on a Mac, that's fine too. It'll work just the same. And so the first thing we're going to do is go to New Project. So click right here, New Project, and I'm just going to call this NLI Example. And if you click here in Location, this is where the file is going to be saved. So I'm just going to choose the desktop, but you can choose wherever is best for you. So select that folder and hit OK. Here you're going to choose some different settings for your video, such as frame rate or bit depth, all that kind of stuff. For time's sake, I'm not going to get into all of that. So I'm just going to pick what is the default, DVC Pro 720/60. That's usually what I shoot in anyway. And so you guys can go ahead and just choose that. And the Premiere is pretty cool in that it can automatically convert your video to whatever the sequence is already set in. So we'll just go with this for now, and I'll explain a little bit more once we get into the program. Here at the bottom, you can name your sequence. So I'm just going to call it the same thing, NLI Example, and then hit OK. And this will take you to the interface. And so some quick things here before we get really started. Here in the top left, this is the preview window. This is where all of your clips are going to be shown. This is what you can see prior to bringing it into the sequence. The sequence, or the collection of videos all together, is down here in the bottom right. This is your timeline. This playhead, this little yellow bubble right here with the red line, this is called the playhead. This is how you can scroll through. You can see up here at the top, this is the program window, which is how you will see what is in your timeline, what's in your sequence is up here in the program window. And down here in the bottom left, this is where all of the clips are going to be, to choose what's going to be included in your sequence. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import some video. So you can do this in a couple of different ways. The first way I'm going to show you is go to File, and then go to Import. And so I'm going to choose where my clips are. They're in this drive right here. I'm just going to go to this football folder, and okay, forward on questionable play. Sure, I'll pick that one. Open. And now you can see that the file lives right here. So if I double click that, you can see it up here. If I move this playhead, I can go back and forth through this clip. Or if I just hit play, then it'll just play the clip. Another way I can import video is to go to my folder down here. Let's just go right here. I can go to my folder, go back here. If I want this Riley makes a great tackle, I can click, drag, and drop it right in there. And now this clip is in here. One final way that I can import video is to go to this media browser. And this essentially acts as the file down here. So I can go to my folder right here on the left, and it'll bring up all of that in here. So if I want this shout reaction, I can just double click that, and you'll see it's queued up here in the preview. So a couple of different ways you can import video into your project. Now I'm just going to create a really quick sequence. So here in the preview window, you have a mark in and a mark out. You can use this to set an in point and an out point, which is where the video clip is going to begin and the video clip is going to end. You can also use the I and O keys on your keyboard if that's easier for you. So if I want this clip to start right before she claps, I'll hit this in. And if I want it right after she claps, then I'll hit this mark out. And so I want to put this into my sequence. I just click here, drag, and drop. And you can see it's really small. That's because this piece of video is really short. So if I use this bar down here, if I move it to the left, it'll zoom in to wherever my playhead is. So I want to zoom in on that clip, move the playhead, and zoom in. Same thing here. If I want another clip, let's say right after Michael Brewer throws the ball, I want it to end, so I'll mark out right after he throws it and catches it, and then I'll drag this piece of video in as well. And a really cool little trick that I have turned on is this snap tool right here. So if I turn this off and I want to drag this video in, you can see that it doesn't put it right up against that last piece of video. But if I turn this snap on and I drag it, and it makes it nice and flush right up against there, so there's no black space in between that video. One more quick thing before we move on to our next video is, so if you see if I move these clips now, then the audio and the video is going to move together. Your audio tracks are here, your video tracks are here at the top. And you see if I click and drag these to go to a different position, they move at the same time. But what if I only want to move the video part, not the audio part? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on here, go up to unlink, and you can see now I can click either the audio or the video and move that around. So that's a really quick introduction to Adobe Premiere. We're going to take a short quiz now, a 4-question quiz, and then we're going to move on to some more sophisticated techniques that you can use in Adobe Premiere, such as transitions and speeding up or slowing down your video.